Hey,
Oh, nice
everybody.
intro, man. Nice intro.
Did you like
That's
that?
a rock
Well,
and roll.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Welcome once again to the Dino and Dino Youngstown Studio podcast show on a Monday, September 8th on Youngstown Studio live on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook page. And we have our next guest is Mark Acheson from British Columbia.
welcome, Mark. It's finally we get to see you live and meet you. We've talked over the years over at Golden String Radio, but it's great
Ma-
to see you in person, kind of.
This is really cool. I mean, without actually being there, this is as close as it gets, and it's
Oh,
good to see you guys. Good to be part of this new platform that you've developed, and it only sends out your empire to farther and farther reaches. It's great.
no, you're coming all the way from British Columbia to the United States. Here, we're in
That's
Youngstown,
right.
Ohio, and
That's right.
it looks beautiful there behind you with the trees. And is it nice up there where you're at?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah. It's very nice, and this is my backyard, and my, my wife and I garden here, so we grow tomatoes and cucumbers and all sorts of things back here.
Well, that's
Awesome.
great. It's finally nice to get to meet. We've communicated over the years at Golden String, and you've been a great guest to my son Dino and supporting us over at Golden String. And thank you so much for that.
Well, I'm a big fan of first of all Dino, and second of all of what you guys do. I think it's a great thing. You've always treated me nothing but gold every time you talk to me. You're really great people, and I always enjoy calling in. And every once in a while, I get a song played, which is really cool too. So
Yeah,
That's
I always
awesome.
get your requests on first because you're.
yeah,
But let's get into what Mark Atchison's all about. We want to start back when you first started. You were born in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
yeah.
And matter of fact, September 19th. Happy pre-birthday to Mark.
Yeah,
Right?
it's creeping up on me, and
September 19th.
the numbers are getting kind of scary as far as how high it's getting. But no, I was born in Edmonton, but I was raised in the Yukon, and I came down here for acting school a long time ago, and started doing stage work. Just doing Shakespeare and Ibsen and Chekhov and all that. And then later on, I became a film, TV, and then when I got really good, then I could start doing voice work like Lord Tyrek and things like that.
So the local stuff started first, right? Like local theater. What
Yeah,
was some
local
of the-
theater and professional theater. I did a lot of, I traveled around Canada doing, the professional stages, Playhouse, the Arts Club, the big venues, and just eking out a living. Basically, when you were working, you could live, and when you weren't, you couldn't. But the first time I started doing film and TV, well, then it became a real dilemma because a person back then and still now today, you could earn as much in one day as you could take 2-3 weeks of hard work on stage. And,
Is that what you kind of did in high school? You were on the theater. Is that what in high school?
yes, I did. I was involved in theater right from the beginning. It's one of those weird things where I think from grade 6 on, I knew exactly what I was going to do with my life. And that's really, really strange. But all I wanted to do was act right from the beginning. I used to run around on my bicycle with a Superman outfit, so I could make the cape flow. And the kids in the neighborhood would throw rocks, and they would yell, "Kryptonite, kryptonite!" Anyway, it was it was it was the beginning of my wanted to be something that I saw on TV or in the movies or something like that, and it just stuck with me. It stuck with me. I never had any doubts about what I was going to do.
Now, up in Canada, do you get like American like shows that we watch down here? Is that what got you as a young age, like watching Superman and Batman and those kind of things?
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, especially up in the Yukon, which is very close to Alaska. The temperament was very, very. We felt like we were very close cousins to anything American, and I loved American TV shows. There wasn't a lot of stuff to watch as a Canadian back then, but there was so much, and I have to be honest. Throughout my whole career, and it's been 50 years now, I would say most of the time, almost all the time, I'm in an American production of some kind. Very rarely, only when I do independent movies and things like that, where I sort of pay it forward and I don't look for any salary, do I do Canadian movies. But most of the time, if I'm drawing a paycheck, it's from the United States.
Awesome, buddy.
Well, what came? The television came first for you, right? Television jobs.
Right after stage, then I started doing TV, and that's where the draw was, as far as I could actually make some money and put some money away. And so I started doing things like MacGyver and the first episodes of X-Files and the early Commish and all those TV shows that were on, 80s. That was when I started to get to work. And then once you got a bit of some shows like that, like Supernatural and things, then the features would look at me. And so I got a little bit of work in the features, but when I did Elf, everything in my career changed, basically overnight.
Yeah, right.
I have that exact poster.
There it is right there. Yeah.
In the hallway of my home, in a prominent place. And it means an awful lot to me because it was only one day's work. It was the longest day I ever did in my life. It was 22 hours long, but it was one single day's work that opened my career up.
Hold these up.
Yeah, sure.
Remember
these, buddy?
Oh man, yeah.
Here you go.
That's you.
Yeah.
Well, let's back up a little bit before that.
Sure.
Before Elf, let's talk about like some of these things that you did. These were like some of the television shows that you were. The Trial of the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, no, that was a really, really cool thing because I got to meet Bill Bixby, and he was, of course, the director for the Incredible Hulk, and they were trying to spin off Daredevil into a new TV series, and so this made-for-TV movie, Trial of Incredible Hulk, was supposed to be that thing that would switch on a new a superhero, Daredevil. And Bill Bixby auditioned me, and I'll never forget this. He gave me the part in the room right after I auditioned, like right there. He welcomed me aboard. He said, "You're part of the team." Shook my hand, everything, and I was happy. I was elated until I walked out the hallway, and then I saw like a few of my buddies who hadn't even read yet, and I'm going, "Well, this was probably not really professional, but I sure loved the fact that he gave it to me, and he was so nice to me on set. And it was one of the last things he did. He didn't live much longer after that, but he was a very nice man, and it was fun to do.
And you did like the Highlander series, Suspicious Agenda, Dad's Week Off, Stargate.
I was in 5. I had multiple episodes in 5 of the longest running science fiction series in Canada at the time. So it was like X-Files, Stargate, Supernatural, Small Town. There's one other one too, where I had. And there was a series called Psych. I don't know if you ever knew that series. That went on for like 10 years. A guy could really sleuth stuff like that. I got to do the very first scene in the very first episode of Psych. And then 10 years later, they did a movie to end the whole series. and they called me back to play the exact same character that I played in the very first scene of the very first episode of, and you can tell because I have this tattoo across my head that says "Born Loser" or something like that, and that was my character. But anyway,
I'm going to put up some pictures, and maybe you could describe them for us. These
Sure,
series
sure.
that okay, I'm going to come right
Yeah.
over here.
Okay.
this will test whether I have Alzheimer's or not. Right now is well, that's
Brian Doe. It's some.
That's not you?
I'm not sure. I can't tell what that is.
How about this one?
Well, that is Unicron. I played Unicron and somebody asked me. They said, "What would it be like if Unicron had a battle with Lord Tyrek?" And so Unicron is so cool. He just goes, "I am
How about this one here?
destroyer of worlds," and that's Wolverine. I got voted the best voice of that's Sabretooth. I got one of the best voice of Sabretooth of anybody that. I had a great time doing that. It was in Hulk versus Wolverine, and it's still playing like crazy, which is wild because we did it a long time ago. I'm gonna enjoy killing you all day long.
How about this one?
He-Man and the Master of the Universe.
Fisto, man. I mean, once I got to get into the Masters of the Universe, to be able to be Fisto was really cool because he had a hand that just went for days, and he was one of the guys that He-Man kind of trusted and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed it. I like being a good guy. I don't often get to play good guys, and he was one of the good guys.
This is Wolverine. I think another Wolverine.
Yeah, another Wolverine. Yeah. Oh my God. I got to send you a yeah.
Then you got into Lord Tyrek here.
Oh, of course, Lord Tyrek. I just finished the Ever Free Northwest.
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
I got it on eBay.
Man, I remember when you got that years ago, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it on eBay years ago.
And you took a picture of it.
Yes, I did.
And you sent it to me, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I mean, it's not often somebody gets like a stuffed figure of themselves, But thank you.
You're welcome. I got it for Christmas, and I showed it to you on Christmas and years ago, and I'm glad you liked it.
We have
I got to tell you, Dino, the Christmas card you sent me, not last year, the year before, brought tears to my eyes. It was so elf Christmas, and it was so you, and it was really, really cool. And I keep it as a personal keepsake of mine. I thought you must have hunted high and low to get that card, and thanks a lot.
Hey, Dean, why don't you tell Mark some of our Facebook people who are listening right now?
Yeah, let's check.
Let's check out. Put up some of the.
Let's see.
Some of the comments here.
This guy says, Bobby G says.
Can you bring it up on the? Yeah, here we go.
Says, "Hey Mark, or should I say Lord Tyrek? Lol, you're an amazing voice actor and inspiration to me. Keep up the good work, man."
Well, I mean, I can't believe people say nice things like that to me, but I love it, and all I want to do is just keep on doing it if I can.
And we have our good friend Haley. She's watching from Delaware in the United States here, and we have Christina from Ireland. She's a fan. She's watching you right now from Ireland, and we have Melina from Russia. She's watching. And we have Laura Shank from Florida.
Oh, I know Laura. She's one of the big fans of your show, and she always says hi to me too. So she's great.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're watching. So we got the
hi,
whole
Laura.
world.
Yeah.
We got Christina. And
we got Bobby G on YouTube.
Bobby G's on. Melina.
Oh my God. Anyway, I think it's so good that you guys have this platform, because everybody in the business sort of knows that you guys are on top of the business, especially. I mean, Dino, you meet with everybody.
Thank you.
if they're the top-notch voice people, you have pictures with them, you have met them, they know you. That's how it goes, and it's really cool. And so this is a perfect, extension of what you do on the radio show and stuff. It's beautiful.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
We're going to bring up.
I'm glad you enjoy Golden String Radio as well. And
I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
We're going to bring up some of your live action projects. So I'm going to. You can describe them.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see.
Let's start with this one right here. Let's
start with this one right here.
You guys.
It's called About a Boy.
Oh, yeah, that was my second Supernatural. I guest starred as Hansel, and I was with the Wicked Witch, and I was cooking up the boys. And the young boy there is a young version of course, the regular on that series. It was a lot of fun to do, and the lady from Downton Abbey, the cook from Downton Abbey, was the witch. So it was really cool getting to meet her and doing that, and it was a lot of fun.
And Bobby G and Christina says, Supernatural, great show, Supernatural.
My first episode on Supernatural was season 6, where I played the Tooth Fairy, where I would pull teeth. Now this is MacGyver, Prisoners episode with MacGyver, and I was this guy that was the henchman for Barbara in the front of the thing there, and I would order people to eat their gruel and stuff like that. And I was again a bad guy, which of course I do all the time, and it was a lot of fun.
Check out
this next one here. Let's see. Here. How about this one?
Oh my God! Now let me tell you about this. This was a feature called Earthsea, and I played the main villain, the Gebeth. That's the picture of the Gebeth.
Yeah, it says on the back of the picture there.
It took 6 hours to put all the prosthetics on me to do that. And when they first did it, they had to drive me to the set for the director to take a look at it and okay it. So they put me in a limousine, and there was about 4 people in the car, and we were driving down, and we got stopped at a light, and the squeegee person came up to the car. Now the car had all tinted windows, and because I have a very, very bad sense of humor, I thought it would be fun. Anyway, I rolled down the window. I looked at the squeegee guy, and I went, "Get away from the window!" and he looked at my face, and he froze. I'm serious. When we drove up, he was still in the same position. He hadn't moved at all.
Oh, that's amazing. How about this one right here?
Oh, that was I was the king of the evil band. It was Level Up. It was but I was the king, and I remember that I had to wear leather kilts for this and hair extensions because of a previous thing. I didn't have long hair, and so I sweated like crazy when I was doing this, and the prosthetics took about 2 or 3 hours on top of that. It's amazing that with this face, people would want to add more special effects to make it look even worse, but every once in a while they do it. But that was a lot of fun.
Awesome, buddy.
And this is a more recent one, right here.
Peter Pan and Wendy, I think it was called.
That's right, Peter Pan and Wendy. That was with Jude Law. He's in the front there, and we worked on that for 3 months, solid on a ship. It was a blue screen ship, but it was a full ship, and I played old Clemson. So every time something was broken or something like that, I'd be sleeping or making. I was sort of the comic relief. I only had a few lines, a couple lines, but it was a grand time to be with a crew of guys, and they had the whole ship on hydraulics, so they could make it do anything with the green screen. It was amazing.
Awesome, buddy. What else do we have here? Let's see. How about this one, Dad?
I think this is that same movie.
Well, there's a mixture of things there, but Let me tell you about something I just finished. I finished a horror classic for Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Now this is
the
Silent
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah, this will be strange because people, think I'm a nice guy at Christmas, and I have never done any other Christmas movie except for one other one. But I usually I never do any other Christmas movies because they go, he's from Elf, it wouldn't be good. But these guys hired me, and I'm shotgun Santa in this thing, and then I become this evil voice throughout the whole movie that this guy listens to, right? And I'm always there, and I'm really excited about this, because this will be the first time that I have, screen time, and then I have voiceover work right through the whole movie, right? Yeah. My voice will be, in this guy's head, going, don't do that, all this kind of stuff, right? Oh man!
Now we come up to this one, buddy. Right.
Well, that was the best 22 hours of my life, and people ask me, what was Will Ferrell like? And I'll tell you this: when he started to tickle fight me, he never told me he was going to do it. He just went ahead. He just went ahead and did it, and that's sort of how the whole night went on. Was this, this improv stuff. Now, the very last shot of the night, they wanted Will Ferrell to pull down a water main while he was dancing up on the table. Yeah. He would grab a water main and break it and pull it down, and there would be gallons of water gushing down on me while I'm there singing a Christmas carol at full volume. And so they set up the whole set with dams and everything so that it wouldn't leak onto the street. And I had water, like gallons and gallons of water coming down on me full force while I was singing a Christmas carol. And they never used any of it, of course. And after 22 hours, I felt like I was a drowned rat. But it is a little bit of something that not many people will ever know about. But you guys know about it.
So. Is it nice to be in a show, a Christmas show that every year you're going to be on? That must be nice to know that, that you're going to be on once a year, Christmas time. They show this all the time, 24 hours.
There's a new phenomenon happening. I don't know if you're, I noticed this too. I mean, I'm really, really happy that I'm in Elf, and it has gotten bigger and bigger as the years went on, but it is a film classic, which, there's only a couple that an actor might ever be in his life, and I got to be in one of them. And there's other movies now, Jaws, for instance, or Interstellar, where they're re-releasing them back into the theaters, so you can go and see it on the big screen, for a couple of weeks or whatever, because they're classics, right? Yes. And so for me to take my wife to the theater, to movies, last Christmas, and to see that choice up for people to buy tickets to see it, it's just such an amazing thing to me, and it's a time in an actor's life where you could say, I got lightning in a bottle for a minute,
right?
And people started writing. Yeah.
How are the Comic-Cons that you do with My Little Pony like? Are they pretty good, or how do they go?
This one was off the charts. I had done Never Ever Free in 2019, and I wanted to go back, and I got the chance because that was the very first con I ever did in 2019, and I realized I missed a lot of things. And so, if given it a second chance, I knew exactly what I was going to do, and I got to do it. I knew it. I was having so much fun in the panels, in the opening ceremonies, the closing ceremonies. I knew what role I was, which was I'm the evil villain. Everybody else is sweet and wonderful and nice and everything, and that's great. But my role My function is to be that evil character that gives highlight and dimension to all of those good people, and I had such a gas. I mean, the panels were so much fun, and people were so nice to me. It was just
when they do animation, do the voices do they draw it first, or do you do the voice first?
it depends on what it is. Prelay, you do the voice first, and then they work around you. In fact, sometimes they will take a camera while you're doing the voices and watch all of your facial features, and then actually temper the animation to fit those. Now, in anime or where you dub the sound on top of the original, that's much more difficult. And I've done a few of those where, you have to match the flaps, depending on what language it was. Usually it's Chinese, Japanese, or Korean, and you have to match those flaps and stuff like that. So I did, a few anime series, but my best luck was always be with prelay, where I could just work on my voice and character and not have to time it, because I'm getting old now and I can't see the screen as well as I used to.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Dino, let's bring up some of the comments and we'll read them to Mark as we see them.
Let's see.
We'll start at the bottom.
Laura Shank wants to know, I'm curious to know what was exactly in the flask or something.
When you were giving
I've been asked that question a few times, and I have a non-disclosure about that. But tell Laura that I will DM her about that directly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds good.
And I want to just mention one more thing. Alpha has been so dynamic. I've been interviewed about books about this movie, and so yesterday, Andy Richter, who is the sidekick to Conan O'Brien, who's a comedian, he does a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. He's writing a book about Elf because he was in Elf too. He was one of those guys that was pitching the idea with James Caan while Will and I were tearing up the mailroom downstairs.
Oh yeah, remember him, Dad?
Yes, I remember.
So he interviewed me yesterday for an hour about this book, and that's the third interview I've had about this movie, a book. I've had People Magazine, the Daily Mirror, and New York Times. I mean, last year, the year before, all because of the 20th anniversary. But so much attention about one day's work, single day's work.
There was always talk about an Elf too, but sometimes sequels don't do as well, right?
This was the greatest gift that Will could have done to the whole movie. That's what it kept its classic franchise. I mean, the worst thing you can do is dilute something that is really good and pure and strong into something other. And he knew right from this. You know how much money they offered him to do a number 2? Really quickly, I might add, after number 1. Number 1, I think, cost 17 mil and made 75. So it was a great winner. Number 2, they were willing to pay him 75 plus points on the end to do number 2. They were willing to pay him everything that the first movie made, and then on top of the points, and he still said no. That is a classic class actor.
I think it was a good decision.
Excellent decision.
Let's read Melina up there. Melina's from Russia.
Let's see.
Right up the top there.
She says,
right there. Melina,
it's amazing to meet you for the first time, Mark says Melina.
She's watching from Russia. And how about Christina from Ireland down here?
Mark should have a Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Yeah. Well, I hate to think what people would do if they saw it, but anyway, I'm as famous as I want to be because Dina, you guys always treat me like gold, and that means an awful lot to me.
Well, you do.
And I have another question here. Yep. Voice actor Bobby G says, here's one question for you. What was it like working with Sonny Westbrook, the voice actor for Cozy Glow?
Boy, there was a lot of tension between us because, we couldn't decide who was the most evil, and I had to explain to her, no, I really am more evil than you. And then she, no, I think I'm more evil than you. And so there was a bit of competition there, but she's a wonderful lady.
Awesome.
Tell us the story about your classic car when it got stolen. Remember that story you told us?
Yes, I do. As you guys know, I own a 1964 Chevy Impala two-door SS in immaculate, beautiful condition, and it turns heads everywhere I go. Anyway, it was always the thing that I worried about would get stolen, and so it has built in it a kill switch, so that if somebody tries to hotwire it or anything like that, that about 20 seconds later, it dies. It just, you can't start it no matter what you do. And so sure enough, I was in downtown Vancouver and I was just gone for a few minutes, and son of a gun, if somebody didn't try to take it. And sure enough, the police found it 4 blocks away in the middle of the street, because they didn't know what the kill switch was. And they thought it was very strange and everything. But that car has been, it was given to me by an actor, a great actor, actually, who told me never to mention his name. But a great actor who could no longer keep it. And he asked me, he said, would you like it? And I said, oh my God, I mean, it's like a piece of art. It's, and I said, yes. And he gave me a great price on it. And I didn't even hesitate. But every year I take him out, because he can't drive it anymore. I take him out for a long cruise and we go out for food and he gets to wave out the window of his old car. Anyway, he's a great guy, and
awesome.
Yeah.
But Bobby G says again, clearly Tarek is more evil. Changed my mind. Ha ha ha. But a great villain.
Well, there was, I heard a lot of things about My Little Pony before I started performing. And the thing was, they seemed to be looking for a bit of an edge, a darker side to give tension and focus, to those wonderful ponies. And people have asked me at a couple of conventions, they go, what's your favorite line in anything? And I remember the first 2 episodes that introduced Lord Tyrek. I thought the writing of this was as good as anything I've read in feature films. I mean, it was that good. And you know how I know? It's because I can never forget it. Is he friend or is he foe? The pony wonders.
That's pretty cool.
Tell you. Oh my God. I mean, I can never forget it. There's nothing I can do to forget it. It's like Shakespeare or something like that. It sticks in my head. But it was a really dark villain. And I love that. And it was a lot of fun to do.
And also, he has another question. He says, also, did you hear of the passing of Doc Harris, who voice act for Grogar and MLP and did narration for Dragon Ball Z? I was sad to hear it.
Yes. Doc Harris was a fixture here, and I had known him for years. He was a DJ way back, did the Rock Channel in town here. Everybody knew Doc Harris. And then eventually when I got into recording, he was right there. And I did a number of sessions with him, in My Little Pony. I mean, the hardest part about getting old is that you watch your friends and your colleagues get old. And when that happens, some of them actually leave a little bit early. And so when that happens, it reminds you that you might be leaving soon too. So, it's all kind of melancholy, but Doc Harris was a great talent, but an even better friend.
Awesome, buddy.
I'm going to ask you about, you're in British Columbia.
Yep.
And I'm going to mention the city Hope, British Columbia. Do you know what I'm talking about now?
I was in Hope 2 nights ago for a concert, and then an outdoor concert for 5440, the band, the rock and roll band, and had the time of my life. And Hope is this beautiful spot. They actually filmed the very first Blood there.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. That's where Sylvester Stallone did the First Blood with Rambo.
That's right. That's right.
That's he did. He tore up that town, and
that's right. And I want you to know, that I auditioned for that, and I did not make the cut.
Oh,
what part were you auditioning for?
It was just for one of the soldiers that were there to try to capture them the very first attempt, and how pathetic they were. You know, just kind of a goofy guy that I know the actor that got it and stuff like that. Everybody was jealous like crazy because we all wanted to be in that movie. But that's one of the days I wasn't good enough.
And how far is from British Columbia to Hope?
Well, Hope is in British Columbia. It's about 20 minutes away from where I am.
Awesome.
So it's real close. In fact, I did a feature there 2 months ago, right in Hope, called Truck Stop, where I was helping these ladies try to find their kidnapped daughter. And that was a lot of fun. But it's Hope is the last mountain place before you go into the lower mainland, which is all valley and growing and corn and wheat and all that kind of stuff. It's the last part of the sea level, but Hope is the last mountain place before you go into that.
Don't they have like a festival there before the First Blood?
That's what this whole weekend was. So that's why Saturday night they finished it off with this big concert. They had Heart and 5440, but the whole weekend is rides, museum. There's races, there's lumberjack stuff out there, and it's all open. It's just open air stuff, and it's incredible. It's a beautiful little spot.
Well, that's great. You know what? So you got Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's coming out in December?
Yeah, and also Truck Stop is coming out. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but Silent Night, Deadly Night, because it's a franchise that's been done before, because it's sort of this Christmas horror kind of thing, it usually always gets a week at least in the theaters.
Okay.
Which is what I'm hoping for, because I really want to see what it looks like, up on the big screen. But that'll be coming out either late November or early December, just for a week. It's gonna be really fast because it's that when they tell you as Shotgun Santa, be careful, Mark. Try to put your foot more on the brains over here than the brains over there. And I'm realizing, this is a very dark picture when they're focused on my foot and where I step on the brains. It's that kind of dark movie, and there's not a lot of elf in Silent Night, Deadly Night. So just in case anybody's thinking about taking their kids, no, probably not. Probably just, adults to a movie like that. But it was sure a lot of fun to do,
What's the project for 2026? Anything you've got scheduled in 2026 coming up?
Well, there's a couple of quiet things that I won't mention, but the biggest thing that happened to me this year was I got married.
Congratulations!
Oh,
thank you very much. I got married to a lovely lady. And we got married on Valentine's Day, and
the perfect day.
Yeah, and so we that is not a project, but that's where most of my focus goes. I mean, when these things come up, very rarely. Now, I'm not chasing after work anymore. If people are confident enough to offer me something, that's very much a compliment to me, and I usually respond. But I'm not going hard after trying to find new work. I'm just looking after my new wife, my home, and enjoying life as much as a guy can. Which, I mean, sometimes I pinch myself, and I should go buy a lottery ticket. I really do, because I've had such a great life. Being an actor has been the best experience I can possibly imagine. I couldn't have done it anywhere.
Who were some of the voice actors that maybe our American friends would recognize that like some of the voice actors that you know?
Well, I mean, I know,
Rob Paulson. Do you know who Rob
oh,
Paulson is?
sure, of course, yeah.
Awesome.
How about Jim Cummings?
Yeah. But I'm old school, like Gary Chalk.
I know him.
He did a million great voices back in the day.
Paul Winchell.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, there's so many great talents out there. I was never able to really just commit myself to just voice acting. I had to go back and forth all the time just to make a living. Half, film, TV, and then half voice. But the people that were the Dobson brothers come to mind. There's so many great voice talents out there that every time I get to be at a convention or do a panel with them, I'm just like, oh, dude, how did you get to be with these people? It's just like one of those, I just smile and go, okay, I must be here, so, but it's been great.
You can put up the comments and just go down.
Voice actor Bobby G says Rob Paulson is great. I saw him at the Oklahoma Comic-Con, but only briefly.
All right, go up to the next one. Laura Shank says cool. Melina,
the same things from Russia.
No.
Okay.
No, she was. Oh no, go to Christina.
Sending best wishes and blessings from Ireland, says Christina.
Haley says congratulations, Mark.
Congratulations, Mark, says Haley.
On your wedding.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My wife will be thrilled that.
Yeah. So
the one voice that I worked with a lot that I never got to meet because he was always in LA. I was recording in Vancouver. They just meshed us through technology. Was John Delancey. He was cute.
John Delancey.
Yeah, he was cute.
He was Discord.
Yeah, that's right. And we had some really cool scenes in the first couple episodes. Really cool scenes. And for my money, that was the biggest thing for me, was to be able to work with that guy because he made me sound better.
Awesome, my friend.
Read Christina's and then Melina's first.
Let's see. Christina, wishing you a happy life together. Best wishes and blessings from Ireland, i.e. to you, Mark, says Christina.
And then Melina's down there.
Melina, all my best wishes to Dino's and Mark.
From Russia.
From
Russia with love.
And
well, that's worth the title right there. From Russia with love. I mean, I love that. I'm always amazed that this work ekes out to all these different places sometimes. It's amazing.
And Bobby voice actor G says John Delancey is great.
Oh my God. I remember I saw a tape of him actually going to a con unannounced. And when he walked into the back of the room, people just about died from a heart attack, that he came in there last minute. Amazing talent.
Bobby says he was going to be at the Oklahoma Comic-Con, but he never showed up. Me sad, but hey, at least I got to see Christina V.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's great.
Well, real quick, Mark, we want to thank before we go, we have to, at the top of the hour, we want to make sure we thank all our Facebook friends, right?
All my Facebook friends. Let me see.
We have Christina from Ireland.
We have Haley, Christina,
Melina,
Bobby G, Melina.
All of you folks that followed this podcast today and were interested in what Dino was talking to me about, thank you so much. From Russia to Ireland to everywhere, you guys are the sweetest. And Laura, you've always been there. And I'm in awe of the fact that that people appreciate what we're doing. You know.
And what question? Am I still your number 2 fan?
Yes, you are, but I have had to switch around my number 1. Okay, and I've talked to my grandson about this, and
Okay.
he understands that it's fair that he get delegated to number 3. But Dino, you're always going to be number 2.
Oh,
well,
thank you, buddy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, before we go, Mark, we got some shows coming up. Dino's going to announce for next week's show.
For next week's show on Monday,
we're going to do on September. Go ahead, Dean.
September 15th, we're going to interview Disney director and writer Jerry Reese, the director of The Brave Little Toaster from 1987.
Are you familiar with
Very
that
cool.
part? The Brave
No,
Little Toaster?
I don't. But the people in Disney, I mean, that was Peter Pan and Wendy. People in Disney are amazing. So that'll be a great podcast.
And then on September 22nd, we have director, storyboard artist Seth Kearsley, who's the director of the Adam Sandler 8 Crazy Nights movie.
Do you remember 8 Crazy Nights?
Sure, I remember 8 Crazy Nights.
That was with Adam Sandler voiced that.
And we're gonna have the director on the show.
The director's going to be on.
Oh, that's going to be so cool. That's going to be very, very cool. Yeah.
And then our big shows come. Why don't you tell them about our big show in October?
October 13th, we're gonna have Rob Paulson on. On the show.
So he's
on the podcast.
And he's like you. He's been in the business.
He's way beyond me as far as voice work. He is one of the top echelon of. But let me ask you guys a favor. Okay, you're going to be doing this for a while now, and you're going to get close to Christmas soon. Maybe you can fit me in on your Christmas special just to say hi to all the folks from
That'll be from Golden String.
Yeah,
Golden String Radio.
Is it the podcast or Golden
No,
String?
we'll have them call in at Golden String so we could play
whatever you like. I just want to be able to get there. Just say something before
we'll do that at
25. You know.
Yeah, we'll do that at Golden String where we could play some Christmas music.
Okay.
Well, plus, your birthday's coming up September 19th. Okay, so
don't tell me about. I'm trying to fool everybody.
Okay, we want to wish you a happy pre-birthday, a happy birthday with good health and happiness to you and your marriage.
And also thanks for the shout out from Everfree Northwest with you and Andrea Libman, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy.
Oh, she was supercharged to do it, and we had fun. Our booths were right across from each other, so it was very handy. And to do anything with Dino was like, of course, man, of course.
We also want to thank Youngstown Studios for letting us come down here and do this. If it wasn't for Youngstown Studio here in Youngstown, Ohio, USA, we wouldn't be able to do this. And we want to thank BJ, who's our director and
our
producer.
Director. And also one more thing. Dad says your Golden String radio promo, the Dino and Dino show for Golden String Radio, he says that's number 1. That he loves that promo.
Yeah, you did a good job
you guys are so nice to me. It's incredible. I mean, I just, it's like a warm bath every time I connect with you guys, no matter what, no matter where. It's always like family, and I really, really appreciate that.
All right. Well, so don't forget that we're doing a show Thursday, right, at Golden String
Radio? Yes, Thursday show on.
Tell our Facebook friends
that would
to tune
be
in.
on. Let's see. That would be on September 11th.
September 11th. Well, that's a dark day, but we're still going to try to cheer people up with music, and so we're still going to be doing that. So all our Facebook friends, we'll see you on Thursday
at Golden String Radio, and next Monday for Jerry Reese with the Brave Little Toaster.
And Mark, thank you so much for doing this podcast with us.
No. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mark, say hello to your wife for us.
I will.
And your grandsons, and you stay safe and have a Merry Christmas for Elf. Okay.
Okay,
Christmas
but I'll talk to you before the big 25 day. Okay.
Okay. Send me a message. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I will. Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye-bye, Mark.
So much,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. This is original Youngstown content. Feel free to share